If I told you that the reggae music you think you know is only half the story, you'd probably think I'm crazy. You'd say, no way, I know Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, Toots and the Maytals. I get it. And you'd be right, partly. Those legends, they're pure gold. But what if I told you there's an entire universe of incredible reggae artists pumping out absolute fire from the 60s and 70s, whose names rarely even get whispered outside of hardcore fan circles, an underground scene so rich, so full of genius, it makes you wonder why they weren't topping the charts worldwide. Think about it, the 60s and 70s. That was the explosive, vibrant birth of reggae. It wasn't just a few big names. It was hundreds, even thousands, of talented musicians, singers, and producers, all laying down tracks that changed music forever. They were innovating, experimenting, pouring their souls into every rhythm, every lyric. But for some reason, the spotlight only hit a select few. The rest, they became the secret handshake of true music lovers. Imagine discovering a hidden vault, not filled with gold, but with pure, untouched musical brilliance. Songs that make you move, lyrics that make you think, beats that get deep into your soul, the kind of music that feels like it's been waiting just for you. That's exactly what we're doing today. We're opening that vault. We're dusting off the forgotten masterpieces, because here's the truth, for every legend you know, there were dozens of others who were just as vital, just as creative, just as revolutionary. Some of them had one or two massive hits in Jamaica that never quite crossed over globally. Others were innovators, crafting sounds that were way ahead of their time, but their names got lost in the shuffle. A few faced industry challenges, bad luck, or simply didn't have the massive marketing machines behind them, but their music is undeniable. It's powerful. It's essential. And today, we're shining that much-deserved spotlight on 15 obscure reggae artists from the 60s and 70s that you absolutely need to hear. We're talking about artists who will make you question everything you thought you knew about reggae's golden age. Artists who influenced your favorite musicians without you even realizing it. Artists whose unique styles and unheard stories will blow your mind. Now, before we dive into this incredible journey of musical discovery, I want you to ask yourself a few questions. As we go through this list, pay close attention. Can you tell which of these artists actually mentored one of the biggest reggae bands of all time, even though their own name rarely comes up? Asterisk, which of these artists, despite being largely unknown globally, had a voice so hauntingly unique that it influenced a whole new wave of spiritual reggae? Which obscure reggae artist on this list actually created early forms of what we now call rap, long before hip-hop was even a whisper in New York? Get ready to expand your reggae playlist, because by the end of this video, you're not just going to have new favorite songs, you're going to have a whole new appreciation for the hidden depths of this incredible genre. Stay tuned, because the first artist on our list is a vocal duo whose harmonies were so smooth, they could melt ice. And you've probably never heard their biggest hit outside of Jamaica. Alright, you're in, let's get right into that hidden vault of reggae gold. No more waiting, no more wondering. It's time to discover the true architects of a sound that rocked the world, even if their names aren't on every mainstream playlist. Alright, first up on our journey to musical enlightenment, a duo whose harmonies were so smooth, they could melt ice. We're talking about Keith and Tex.
Tonight, why won't you please? I really love you so. Tonight, tonight, tonight.
These guys were absolute masters of what's called rocksteady and early reggae. If you love that sweet, mellow sound, but with a serious groove, you have to check them out. Their voices blend together so perfectly. It's like they were born to sing together. Every note is just captivating. You might feel a little bit of sadness in their songs, a touch of melancholy, but it's always wrapped up in a beat that makes you want to nod your head and feel the rhythm deep down. You might have heard of their classic hit Stop That Train. It's legendary in reggae circles, a true anthem, but trust me, you need to dig deeper. Go find tracks like Hypnotizing Eyes or Tonight. These songs perfectly show off that classic, smooth vocal harmony sound that was so important in shaping early reggae. They're the kind of tracks that remind you just how much pure musical talent was bubbling up in Jamaica during that time. They weren't just making music, they were weaving spells.
Love your brother, friend, love your sister, love your brother.
Speaking of smooth and soulful, our next pick takes that sound and injects it with a raw, emotional power that very few could match. We're talking about the Uniques, especially when they featured the incredible voice of Slim Smith. Now, Slim Smith had a pretty big solo career later on, but his work with the Uniques, that's pure, uncut rocksteady gold. Slim Smith's voice isn't just good, it's unbelievably soulful. It's the kind of voice that makes you stop whatever you're doing and just listen. He could convey so much feeling, so much emotion, with every single note. When you combine his powerful lead vocals with the tight, crisp harmonies of the Uniques, you get something truly special. If you want to hear what I mean, go listen to My Conversation. It's a track that's been sampled by countless hip-hop artists, because that beat and that vocal delivery are just timeless. And then check out Love and Devotion. These songs aren't just tunes, they're experiences. They show exactly how strong their harmonies were, and just how much soul Slim Smith poured into his performances. They were pioneers, blending gospel-like emotion with that laid-back Jamaican rhythm.
Lord. Baby, yeah.
From the sweet harmonies, we move to a voice that could reach the heavens. Our next artist, Cornell Campbell, is what we call a prolific singer. That means he recorded ton of music, and almost all of it is top tier. He's famous for his truly unique falsetto voice. That's when a singer hits those really high notes, almost like a choir boy, but with a reggae twist. He worked a lot with the legendary producer Bunny Lee, and together, they created a massive catalogue of really strong, conscious roots reggae. Roots reggae isn't just about the beat, it's about the message. It's about spirituality, social justice, and standing up for what's right. And Cornell Campbell delivers that message with a voice that's both angelic and powerful. To really get a feel for his vibe, you need to explore his album Dance and a Greenwich Farm *. This album is packed with deep, meaningful roots tunes like Stars or Gorgon. When you listen to these tracks, you'll hear that distinct falsetto cutting through, delivering words that make you think, set to rhythms that make you feel the heartbeat of Jamaica. He was a master at creating music that was both beautiful to listen to and important to hear. Now, this next artist is a fascinating, and at times, soddly tragic figure, but his music, it's simply unforgettable. We're talking about Junior Bowles. He created some of the most haunting, spiritual, and deeply emotional roots reggae of the 70s. He often worked with the legendary producer Lee Scratch Perry, who was known for his wild and experimental approach to music. This partnership resulted in some truly unique sounds. Junior Bowles' voice has a special quality to it. It's not just strong. It carries a weight, a feeling of deep contemplation, and sometimes a quiet pain. It's the kind of voice that sticks with you long after the song ends. When we asked earlier, which of these artists, despite being largely unknown globally, had a voice so hauntingly unique that it influenced a whole new wave of spiritual reggae, The answer, undoubtedly, is Junior Bowles. He poured his soul into every track, creating music that was raw, honest, and spiritually charged. Fade Away is one of his most famous songs, and it truly is a classic. But if you want to understand the depth of his genius, seek out Beat Down Babylon or A Place Called Africa. These tracks showcase his truly unique sound and his powerful, almost prophetic messages. His music wasn't just entertainment, it was a form of spiritual expression, a cry from the heart that still resonates today. He showed the world that reggae could be incredibly deep and personal. Alright, get ready for a different kind of vibe. Our next artist is someone who, believe it or not, was doing things with words and rhythm that laid the groundwork for a massive global phenomenon. We're talking about Dillinger, a pioneer in what's called DJ style. Now, back in the day in Jamaica, DJs weren't just playing records. They were talking, chanting, and rapping over the instrumental versions of popular reggae songs, known as riddims. Dillinger's toasting style is seriously cool, super confident, and often really funny. He had this swagger, this flow, that was just infectious. He wasn't just saying words. He was crafting rhymes, telling stories, throwing out catchphrases that made people go wild. If you were thinking about our earlier question, which obscure reggae artist on this list actually created early forms of what we now call rap, long before hip-hop was even a whisper in New York, Dillinger is a massive part of that answer. He was an early rapper, no doubt about it. His most famous track is Cocaine in My Brain, a catchy, clever tune that showcases his unique style. But if you really want to dive into his world, albums like *CB200* are packed with innovative DJ cuts over classic reggae riddims. You'll hear him dropping rhymes and ad-libs that clearly show the roots of what would become hip-hop years later. He was a true wordsmith, riding the rhythm with an undeniable presence.
Is the night only God's children? That days no longer show, but I know.
Next up, we have a true architect of sound, a man whose fingerprints are all over some of the most unique and raw reggae music ever made. Glen Brown wasn't just an artist, he was a highly influential producer who often released his own material. He had no knack for creating a truly distinct sound, especially with his instrumentals. What makes Glen Brown so special? His productions often have this incredibly heavy, almost eerie, dub feel to them. Dub is where the engineer becomes another musician, taking a reggae track and twisting it, adding echo, reverb, and delays, making it feel vast and atmospheric. Glen Brown was a master at this, creating soundscapes that were both powerful and incredibly trippy. His music often feels like it's pulling you into another dimension. You absolutely need to hear Father Forgive Them for a taste of his vocal work, but then dive into his instrumental genius with a track like Dirty Harry. When you listen to these, you'll hear the raw, driving force of his sound, and how he wasn't afraid to experiment. He was pushing the boundaries of what reggae could be, laying down rhythms that were so heavy they could shake the ground. Now, this next artist is someone who, to serious reggae fans, is a total legend, but to the wider world, he's still a hidden gem. So, while he might not be obscure in every sense, he's definitely less mainstream than the giants, and his impact is undeniable. We're talking about the one and only Augustus Pablo. He wasn't just a musician. He was a master of the melodica, that little keyboard-like instrument you blow into. But what he did with that melodica, it was pure magic. He brought this mystical, almost spiritual, and incredibly ethereal quality to reggae and dub. His melodies were haunting, beautiful, and utterly unique. When you hear Augustus Pablo play, it's like stepping into another world, a meditative space where the music just washes over you. He wasn't just playing notes, he was painting soundscapes. His album King Tubby's Meets Rockers Uptown is widely considered a masterpiece of reggae and dub music. If you only listen to one album from this whole list, that might be it. But truly, any of his melodica instrumentals, like East of the River Nile or Java, are absolutely essential. They'll open your ears to a whole new side of reggae, one that's deep, atmospheric, and incredibly soulful. He proved that reggae wasn't just about vocals. It could be a powerful instrumental journey too.
Every day my heart is sore. There's a reward, there's a reward.
This next artist is a true giant, a foundational figure in reggae music, but tragically, his name isn't as widely celebrated as it should be. They call him the father of reggae, and for good reason. We're talking about Joe Higgs. Remember that question we asked in the intro? Can you tell which of these artists actually mentored one of the biggest reggae bands of all time, even though their own name rarely comes up? Well, the answer is right here. Joe Higgs was a crucial mentor to none other than the Wailers. Yes, Wailers, featuring Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, and Bunny Wailer. He taught them harmonies, songwriting, and the discipline of being professional musicians. He shaped their sound long before they became global superstars. Beyond his mentoring, Joe Higgs was an incredibly talented singer and songwriter in his own right. His solo work is deeply soulful, conscious, and filled with powerful messages. He spoke truth through his music, touching on themes of social justice, spirituality, and everyday struggles. Listen to There's a Reward or Hard Times. These songs perfectly showcase his thoughtful lyrics and his smooth, heartfelt vocal delivery. He's a foundational figure, a true unsung hero whose influence on reggae history is simply massive. He was there at the very beginning, guiding and inspiring a generation of artists who went on to change the world. Back to those incredible vocal harmonies. Our next pick, the Viceroys, are a vocal trio who consistently delivered strong, soulful harmonies over those classic roots reggae rhythms throughout the 70s. They had a unique way of weaving their voices together, creating a rich tapestry of sound that was instantly recognizable. Their music is often deeply conscious, carrying important messages about faith, unity, and social commentary, all delivered with that signature vocal prowess. They were part of a strong tradition of Jamaican vocal groups who used their voices to uplift and inspire. If you want to hear what made them so special, check out their album We Are the You's It features powerful tracks like Slogans, where their harmonies really shine, carrying a profound message. This album, and their entire catalogue, showcases their enduring vocal talent and their commitment to spreading conscious vibrations through their music. They might not be household names, but their contribution to the sound of 70s roots reggae is undeniable. Prepare for a voice that's as sweet as honey, yet full of pure reggae soul. Errol Dunkley is known for his incredibly sweet and smooth vocal style. He had several hits in the late 60s and early 70s, perfectly blending that laid-back rocksteady feel with the emerging energy of early reggae. His voice has this effortless quality, making even complex melodies sound incredibly smooth and easy on the ears. He's the kind of artist whose songs instantly put you in a good mood. Even if the lyrics are thoughtful, you absolutely must listen to Dillinger. It's a stone-cold classic, an iconic early reggae tune that highlights his melodic genius, but don't stop there. Also, check out A Little Way Different for another example of his smooth delivery, and those catchy melodies that just get stuck in your head in the best possible way. Errol Dunkley was a master of crafting tracks that were both commercially appealing and deeply rooted in the Jamaican sound. Continuing with the smooth and soulful vocalists, we have Ken Parker. He's another singer with a distinctively gentle and incredibly smooth vocal style, making him a staple of the rocksteady and early reggae scene. His voice has a tenderness to it, a warmth that makes his songs feel like a comforting embrace. Ken Parker had a knack for taking existing melodies and making them entirely his own, infusing them with that unique reggae rhythm and his signature vocal charm. He could deliver a powerful message with a subtle, almost understated grace. His version of True is a definite standout. It's a beautiful, heartfelt rendition that truly showcases his vocal talent. And then dive into Kiss an Angel Good Morning to really hear that gentle, yet impactful delivery. Ken Parker proved that reggae wasn't just about raw power. It could also be about quiet strength and profound emotional depth, all delivered with a voice that was pure silk. Remember when we talked about the early forms of rap? Well, if Dillinger was one of the pioneers, then Big Youth was a true innovator right alongside him, pushing the boundaries even further. While his name might be somewhat known to reggae fans, his early DJ work is often overshadowed by later dancehall artists. But he was a game changer. Big Youth had a truly powerful, commanding, and often deeply philosophical toasting style. He wasn't just rhyming. He was a wise elder, a social commentator, and a spiritual guide, all wrapped up in a captivating delivery. He brought a whole new level of consciousness and lyrical depth to the DJ art form. His voice had a booming presence that could fill any sound system. Albums like *Screaming Target* or *Dreadlocks Dread* are absolutely essential listening. They're packed with his unique lyrical prowess and spiritual insights. Tracks like *Screaming Target* and his DJ cut Marcus Garvey are prime examples of his genius. He wasn't afraid to speak truth to power, to talk about important issues, and to challenge his listeners, all over incredible reggae rhythms. He took the idea of an early rapper and gave it a profound, spiritual dimension. If you're looking for that raw, unpolished, deeply authentic roots reggae sound, then Silford Walker is an artist you absolutely cannot miss. He's a roots reggae singer who recorded some truly fantastic material in the mid-70s, often produced by the legendary Glen Brown, who we just talked about. Their collaboration created some seriously heavy and spiritual music. Silford Walker's voice isn't about smoothness or falsetto. It's about raw emotion, about being truly heartfelt. It's a voice that sounds like it's coming straight from the soul, filled with passion and conviction. His songs often carry powerful Rasta messages, calling for justice and righteousness. His album *Lamb's Bread* is genuinely a hidden gem for any serious roots reggae lover. Every track on that album is a testament to his talent. Dive into songs like *Burn Babylon* and *Chant Down Babylon* to hear that raw, unwavering voice delivering powerful messages over those deep, heavy rhythms. Silford Walker is the sound of pure, unadulterated roots, a voice that speaks directly to the struggles and hopes of a generation.
Don't just stay away. You stay away.
Now, It's time to pay respect to one of the true queens of Rocksteady. While the reggae world was dominated by male voices, Phyllis Dillon stood out with her incredible talent and undeniable presence. She had a beautiful, clear voice that could bring so much emotion to every single track she recorded. She was a key artist for Duke Reid's famous Treasure Roll label, one of the most important studios in Jamaican music history. Phyllis Dillon's voice had a certain sweetness, but also an underlying strength that made her interpretations of songs truly unique. She could deliver a love song with tenderness, or a more serious track with incredible conviction. She was a pioneer for female artists in a male-dominated scene, paving the way for others. Her songs Don't Stay Away and her soulful cover of Perfidia are perfect examples of her sweet, yet powerful vocal delivery. These tracks are smooth, sophisticated, and utterly timeless. Phyllis Dillon showed the world that Rocksteady and early reggae weren't just for men. They were for anyone with a voice and a story to tell. She truly is a queen of the genre, and her legacy is immeasurable. And finally, to wrap up our journey through the hidden gems of reggae, we bring you a vocal group that produced some incredibly deep and conscious roots reggae in the mid-70s. We're talking about the African Brothers. These guys were all about the message, delivering strong Rasta messages and powerful harmonies that resonated with the hearts of their listeners. Their music is not just catchy, it's thought-provoking and spiritually uplifting. They built on the vocal group tradition, adding their own unique flavor of deep, conscious lyrics and intricate vocal arrangements. Their sound is truly authentic, reflecting the struggles and aspirations of the time. Their track Righteous Kingdom is a standout in their discography, a powerful anthem that perfectly captures their sound and message. If you want to experience roots reggae that's both musically rich and spiritually profound, the African Brothers are essential listening. Their overall sound is truly authentic and powerful, a testament to the enduring power of roots music. And there you have it, 15 obscure reggae artists from the 60s and 70s that you absolutely need to add to your playlist. We hope this journey through the deeper cuts of reggae history has opened your ears and given you a whole new appreciation for the incredible talent that shaped this genre. Which artist are you most excited to check out first? Did we miss any of your personal hidden favorites? Let us know in the comments below. We love hearing from our community. If you enjoyed this deep dive into musical history, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more hidden gems and forgotten stories, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss our next video. Until next time, keep listening, keep exploring, and keep the good vibrations flowing.